Okay, time starts now. So, I guess what I normally tend to do when writing a song is I tend to start with a melody and chords, and to be honest, I never really write lyrics up until the last minute. Like, I usually take my time with those, but we don't necessarily have that time today, so, we'll make it work. So maybe that will work for a verse, I don't know. That reminds me too much of something. Like, it's good, but I think it's maybe a bit too familiar. Like, I feel like I've stolen that, or there's something pretty close to that. But that's okay, because I have a couple books in front of me. I don't always do this, but something I like to do every now and then is open a book and just flick to a random page and see if there's anything on there that might inspire something. So we've got Heart of Darkness here, which is a classic. I've not actually read it yet. It's been kind of on my pile to read for the longest time. I mean, you'll see I've got piles of books behind me that I like. I love hoarding. I mean, maybe something about hoarding books. Okay, stop. Steamboat on the deck. Something about a little steamboat, maybe. My steamboat won't let you out. My steamboat doo-woppy thing. I always start in a very sort of doo-woppy world. Whenever I songwrite, I always go to the sort of 1-6-2-5 thing. I mean, one idea I had just then was like the lead line would be like, you know, it's very 50s. My baby had a steamboat, and that is a bomb. And when I wasn't really so right home. When you get something steamboat. It was a windows, and then I did when I got lost, I had to take the steamboat home. I mean, it's a little silly, but what songs of mine aren't? Yeah. My baby had a steamboat. My baby had a steamboat. It wasn't dinner. It didn't have a window. No ceiling, no windows. I mean, what do steamboats really look like? I don't know if I actually know what they look like off the top of my head. So I'm just Googling steamboats. Yeah. Okay, so they're pretty... I just imagine the little, I mean obviously like the kind of steamboat willy ones, but on Google Images there's some quite big ones here. They look quite affluent, opulent. My family owned a steamboat. Maybe my family owned a steamboat. You know, kind of you come from money, your family just owns a lot of things like assets and whatnot. You have a family steamboat, and there was something on the windows with, maybe they had like a stained glass steamboat and it had Jesus on the windows. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. With Jesus on the windows. Can you even get stained glass windows on steamboats? Probably not, but I like the imagery of it. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows, with Nathan on the get-go. And time we had to let go, we had to take the and maybe they lost their money and the debt collectors came to take it. We had to let the steamboat go when something. My family had a steamboat, it wasn't with Jesus on the windows, with nothing on the window. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. We had to, I don't know. We had to let the steamboat go. And every other and every New Year's Eve we took it out on the Cindy. We took it round the city. Every New Year's Eve we took it round the city. I don't know. And every New Year's Eve we took the steamboat round the city. It's not like the strongest rhyme, but hey ho, I've got 9 minutes. Took the steamboat round the city. When they counted down to, we counted down from 20. We counted down from 20 and had to. And every New Year's Eve we took the steamboat round the city and counted down from 20 until we lost. Until we let the year go. And counted down from 20. I mean, I like counting down from 20, but I feel like we're stuck on the New Year's thing. And then I'm like, how do we wrap that second A section up? We counted down from 20 and had another year to go. We'd count it down from 20, then have another 10 to go. I mean, I'll just put that in as a placeholder. I don't really know what it means, like maybe you kind of mistimed your countdown. We counted down from 20, but had another 10 to go. And then, okay, I've got like 5 minutes. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe leave like 6 lines blank for the B section, and then go to the final A because I already have the tune for that. So my family had a steamboat. Maybe I'll just repeat the A section, the first A section I mean. So my family had a steamboat. This is going to be impossible to read, by the way. When Mum... Wait, why did I think I had 20 minutes? I think because I normally write songs in like 20 minutes, so I usually like to time myself to 20 minutes instead of 30. So I have like 10 more minutes, that's fine. But I think the A section, the first A section still works as a final A section, as a way to end it. So I think maybe in the B section, now that I know I have a bit more time with that, we can maybe get into a bit more of the story, go into a different world harmonically as well. It's funny, I always try and avoid doing the 1-6-2-5 because that's just always my go-to, or like a 2-5-1, like I do that all over the place in a lot of my songs, but I've just done that here. But hey, I don't mind the song, I don't hate it. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. And every New Year's Eve we took the steamboat round the city. We counted down from 20, but had another 10 to go. I'd love to have some backing vocals that do that kind of bass line, but I don't know what the words would be. But we can worry about that later. If I don't have any words, then I can just play it as a guitar thing. What do we want to say? Sometimes when it comes to a bridge, that's maybe when I focus a bit more on the lyrics and work backwards from the words, because as I say, I normally figure out a tune first, but if the bridge tune doesn't necessarily come straight away, then it can be helpful to kind of work backwards from the information of the song, I suppose. I like that. We were on top until we had to let it go. We were on top had to let it go. So it's kind of about a wealthy family who loses their money. We were on top until we had to let it go. We were on top until we had to let it go. We were on. Top until we had to let it go. We said, I guess Okay, now I actually have do have 10 minutes left, so let's. Okay, I mean, I left about 6 lines blank for the bridge, but I think it's only going to be 2 lines, which is fine because then the song's done. We were on top until we had to let it go. We and now we roam the streets. To anyone who listens, we gotta let them know. So to anyone who listens, we'll tell, we'll tell them about the glory days. To anyone who listens, we have to tell who listens. Anyone who listens, we just have to let them know. Anyone who listens, we'll have to let them know. Anyone and who will listen, we just have to let them know. And who will listen, we just have to let them know. We were on top until. What was the melody there? We were on top. We were on top until we were on top until we had to let them. I've just realised I've used let it go twice. Like at the end of the A section, the first day and the last day, we say let the steamboat go, and then at the beginning of the bridge we say we had to let it go. But that's kind of okay. We were on top until we had to let it go. And who will listen, we just have to let them know. To let steamboat. When Mum became a widow. We were on top until we had to let it go. And who will listen? We just have to let them know. My family had a steamboat with Jesus in the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. Cool. And I think we have a song. I'm just going to take a drink. Where's my water? My family had a steamboat. Cool. Okay, presenting the Steamboat Song by Dullan for You Have Until Lunch, written in around 26 minutes. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. And every New Year's Eve we took the steamboat round the city. We counted down from 20, but had another 10 to go. Okay. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. And every New Year's Eve we took the steamboat round the city. We counted down from 20, but had another 10 to go. We were on top until we had to let it go. And who will listen? We just have to let them know. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. Cool. Thank you very much. I might do another take of that. Yeah. When my family had a It's always finding that first note for me. And it's like first thing in the morning and I've not warmed up, so I've already kind of blown out my voice a bit, but I'll wait till it gets to the minute and see how long it actually is. My family had a steamboat with Jesus on the windows. When Mum became a widow, we had to let the steamboat go. And every New Year